We've all been there. Your client drops a last-minute problem in your lap and you're expected to solve it. And suddenly you're spending hours rushing over there, cleaning their house for listing photos, or packing moving boxes, or answering questions you might not be qualified to answer because of the sense of urgency. I'm gonna go through a mental framework that's gonna help you better prepare yourself to handle these last-minute, urgent situations that might not be your problem. What's up, guys? I'm Elise Palacios, and I help real estate agents and team leaders get from production to legacy. My goal with every video to give you at least one actionable strategy that you can implement into your business. And today we're talking about using our systems and leverage to get ahead of those fire drill problems that come into a transaction that aren't always as urgent as they seem. So preparedness is going to be our friend today. And if you don't already, hit subscribe, follow our YouTube channel at REinvest Real Estate to stay tuned for our weekly real estate videos. So the mental framework we're gonna go over is it your problem or not? As agents, we're natural problem solvers. We want to jump in and be the hero because that helps us earn referrals long term. But here's the line most agents cross without realizing it. We jump in to solve every problem, even when it's not ours to solve. So here's the framework. When something comes up, ask yourself this. Is this my problem? And can I lead my clients to a solution rather than becoming the solution? Now, don't get me wrong, real estate agents wear a lot of hats. We're negotiators, therapists, tour guides, project managers, and way more than that. But where we get stuck is over-functioning for people who are under-functioning. Suddenly, their lack of planning becomes your emergency, and their last-minute problem becomes your sleepless night, and that's just not scalable or sustainable. And at REinvest, we're all about building businesses that last and give you the life that you'd like. Here's a scenario. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Let's say a seller calls you and says, my cleaner canceled, we're not gonna be ready for listing photos tomorrow, or the movers are late, and we're not gonna be ready. And your first instinct might be, I could just run over for a few hours and help them out to stay on track. No, stop, take a breath, and realize that that's not physically your job to clean, move, pack, and now you're spending an entire afternoon scrambling, calling in favors, spending hours, reaching out to your network, trying to make something happen, when in reality it should have already been lined up well in advance. Now let me clarify. It is your job to offer solutions, systems, and structure. And what that could look like is you can give them a moving company list. You can give them cleaning company referrals. You can give them a prep checklist and even offer to schedule vendors through your network ahead of time. But physically doing it yourself, that's not your job, and it's not cold or selfish. It's just being professional, and it's running your business in a way that you're gonna want to maintain it long-term and avoid burnout. Scenario number 2, when you're not the expert, and that's a good thing. Another trap where you're wondering if this is your problem or not is when your client puts you on the spot to answer a question and you feel like you have to know everything. Clients might have very specific questions about tax implications, legal contracts, zoning, or loan structures that go well beyond your day-to-day conversations. And instead of referring it out to a professional who might be more qualified to answer it, a lot of times agents feel like they have to have the answer right then. They feel like every client's problem is their own. You are not less valuable because you say that's outside of my scope of business. You're more valuable when you say that's a great question for your CPA, and if you don't have a trusted professional already, let me get you connected with somebody who can better help you. That's leadership, that's trust, and that's smart business. Trying to be an expert in everything is going to cost you time, energy, and credibility. Why this matters is because your time equals your brand. When you overfunction in your role, you're setting the tone for your clients and telling them how to treat you. If you solve absolutely everything for everyone, that's what's going to be expected moving forward. Your boundaries matter, your time is worth protecting, and your clients will see that and respect that long term. Here's a 3-step process to evaluate if that's your problem or not. First step, is this truly my responsibility? If not, delegate. Number 2, am I qualified to answer this correctly? If not, do not guess and refer it to somebody who's probably more qualified to answer that question than you are. The third and final one is going to be, will solving this set a precedent moving forward that I don't want to repeat? If the answer is yes, then set a boundary right now and save yourself a lot of headache moving forward. Build systems that solve before you're asked. If you're finding that the same questions or problems keep falling into your lap, that's a sign that you need to improve or perfect your system that you already have in place. If you're always answering the same prep questions, create and build a better prep checklist to better prepare your clients. Are you always reminding your clients about key dates and when to actually be prepared? Set up automated reminders and emails and a template that you can use for all of your clients moving forward, so a step is never missed in your transaction. Are you always being asked for vendor referrals in the middle of a transaction? Get ahead of that, get a contractor list lined up and sent to your clients before they even have to ask you for a referral. Proactive systems protect your time, and reactive stress costs it. Leadership means guiding your clients, not doing everything for them. You are not your client's assistant. You're working with them to help guide them to the closing table to both reach the results you're looking for. And sometimes the strongest leadership move you can make is not jumping in to fix something that was never your problem to carry and fix in the first place. Perfect those systems, and if you don't have any already that you're confident with, or you keep finding yourself in situations where there's a huge sense of urgency and you feel like maybe you dropped the ball on something, click the link below, head on over to our REinvest Real Estate School community for access to tons of trainings, templates, scripts, and resources that are going to help perfect the system you have to make your business scalable and sustainable long term. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.